Sometimes all we need to do is give someone the gift of actually openly and effectively listening to them. It's not about what's under the Christmas tree. It's about who's around the table, whether that be around Christmas time or any time of the year. That is priceless. You can't buy that. There's so many organizations out there, especially at this time of the year. Speak up. Allow the pride to drop. Get the help you need. Welcome to today's episode with me, your host, Anita Mattu, as I wrap up this year, 2022. So there's a few things I'd like to share with you. Firstly, it's been a crazy busy year for me, as this is the first year I've hosted my podcast, Create the Courage to be Fearless. Like everything, I have poured my heart and soul into everything I have done, and I've loved every single moment of it. Now it's time to have reflection. This journey started for me at the beginning of the year, where I shared why I'm doing the podcast and the difference I want to make to humanity. Along with, I shared my personal story, and thank you for all of you that reached out and showed your unconditional love and your appreciation for what I'm doing. So this journey has been a year of unbelievable shifts for me in all areas of my life. The whole year, in fact, has been one of major growth within me. There's been phenomenal lessons I have learned in honesty, trust, love, tears, and injustice for sure. After putting my story out there and sharing my vulnerability to the core, even when things didn't make no sense to me at all, I just knew I had to trust the process of being vulnerable. But don't get me wrong, it was absolutely a vulnerable time. The decision I made to do, I want to help others by doing that, allowing my life to unfold and start living the true me. It's most certainly been a journey for sure. But in my heart of hearts, I just knew I had to do that. My episode was received with absolutely unconditional love. Thank you for all of you that reached out and showed me your unconditional love, your acceptance from the bottom of my heart. I really absolutely love and appreciate you all. It's most certainly been a journey for sure. This year is a struggle for many of us. Cost of living, the utility bills increase. Let's open our hearts and share with one another where we can. Pay it forward where we possibly can. It's not great big grand gestures. It's just being neighbourly, just helping one another. After all, isn't that what life's really about? Having the compassion for one another, having conversations, checking in with one another. If you haven't heard from anyone, pick up the phone, see how they are. Show them you're still there. I know in our busy, crazy lives, we don't always get time, but life's too short. Make the time. So many people have lost so many loved ones this year. It's unbelievable, as they do every year. But do we actually stop and pause and think about this? On reflection, we live in a fast-paced world where we need to take time out. There's no two ways about it. Time and time again, life has its way of showing us that life is too short. We need to take the steps to make time for one another, even time for ourselves, to have self-care. Self-care is not being selfish. It's about loving ourselves. It's about having time for ourselves. Like I always say, if you haven't got health, you haven't got anything. So look after yourselves and one another. As we approach the Christmas period and the holiday season, it's so easy to forget what Christmas is all about, as we rush around aimlessly buying gifts and not really knowing what to get anyone anyway. And half the time, because we buy them something, they feel they have to buy us something in return. That's not what it's all about. Christmas is all about being together, having nice food, and sharing our time with one another. That is priceless. You can't buy that. It's not about what's under the Christmas tree. It's about who's around the table, whether that be around Christmas time or any time of the year. It's showing that love, being together, having the beautiful conversations, actually being present with one another. Sometimes all we need to do is give someone the gift of actually openly and effectively listening to them. Just think about that for a moment. When was the last time you actually held a space for someone to openly listen to them? Sometimes people just want you to listen. They don't want your opinion. They don't want you to say anything. Give them the time to listen. It's absolutely a fabulous conversation. Make the most of being present in the moment over this holiday period. Pick up the phone, ring the people that you haven't done for a long time, speak to them. Check in with your friends and loved ones, your family members, making sure that they are all right and they've got someone to reach out to. There's always helplines out there, but let's start with ourselves, our family, our friends, our loved ones. Let's check in on them and pay it forward. And here's the thing, if you are the one that needs the help, reach out. There's so much help out there. Knock on a neighbour's door, talk to them, speak to them. People like helping people. There's always someone that is willing to help you. There's so many organisations out there, especially at this time of the year. Speak up. Allow the pride to drop. Get the help you need. Let's be present this holiday season and share with one another. It's about feeling that love and warmth inside our hearts. This episode would not be complete without me showing my gratitude for all of my brave guests. Thank you for sharing your most courageous journeys with us all. It's not always easy to do that and step up into your vulnerability. Thank you. With Christmas upon us and the holiday season, Merry Christmas to you. Wishing you and your loved ones, family and chosen family a very merry 2022 Christmas. Remember, the greatest gift you can give to anyone is your unconditional love, acceptance and time. Have the most wonderful Christmas time, creating precious memories, fabulous conversations, and of course, sharing the love. And thank you. I show my gratitude for all my listeners, all of you that have watched the YouTubes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's been a phenomenal year, and please keep listening, keep watching. Let me know which episodes resonate with you. Please do share, subscribe and like. This is where the difference, it creates a ripple effect. Other people get to hear, and you never know, they just may need that particular episode. We've had some phenomenal guests on this year, and it only gets better next year with the lineup. And more importantly, I am here to help you and serve you. This channel doesn't mean anything. It's the listeners that make it. It's the guests that make it. It's by sharing with one another, we create a community, and communities make a difference to the world. And that just leaves me to say thank you for your continuous support and love for me, my channel, the work I do. Thank you so much. I have absolute gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you for listening to Create the Courage to Be Fearless podcast. All my love to you, Anita.